Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Yolanda Pramesti with my student ID number 2024-32103. So today in this video, I'm going to present the complete implementation of my machine learning assignment, which consists of two main topics: neural network classification and Q-learning optimization. I will go through the notebook step by step, explaining the code and the outputs based on the screenshot from my Jupyter environment. So first, neural network. First explaining, let's start with the first part of the assignment, which is the neural network model. In this screenshot, the first few cells are decided to preparing the environment. I import fundamental library, pandas for data manipulation, NumPy for mathematical operation, and matplotlib alongside Seaborn for data visualization. Then I load the raw dataset named herd.csv into a data frame. The dataset represents clinical feature for predicting heart failure risk when checking the data using df.head spot critical issues there where value 0 enters in the cholesterol and resting BP column. Clinically speaking, a living person cannot have a blood pressure or cholesterol level of 0. 3-4. I treat test zeros as hidden missing value, replace them with none, and input them using the median value of each respective column to maintain the dataset's natural distribution without introducing bias. So next, moving on the exploratory data analysis section, as shown in a generated plot, the first graph on top is a count plot that visualizes the distribution of our target variable, heart disease. The blue bar represents normal patterns, and the orange bar represent patterns diagnosis with heart disease. The distribution shows that class 1 is slightly higher, but overall it is well balanced, meaning our model won't suffer from severe class imbalance issue. Below the count plot, we have the person correlation heat map for the numerical feature. This metric is vital because it shows the linear strength between features and the target. If you look closely at the bottom row, all peak and age display the strongest positive correlation with heart disease, meaning older age and higher ST depression values align with increased heart risk. Conversely, max HR or maximum heart rate shows a significant negative correlation, meaning a lower maximum heart rate is frequently associated with heart disease presence. Next, we look at the structural into and data split. The output of df.info confirms that we have 918 total rows and 12 columns. It also lists our categorical object columns such as sex, chest pain type, resting ECG, exercise angina, and ST_slope. To make test compatible with a neural network, I transform them using one-hot encoding via pd.get_dummies. Next, I separated the independent vectors from the target variable herd data. I partitioned the dataset using train_test_split with a static ratio of 17% for training data and 13% for testing data. To finalize the pre-processing, I use standard scaler to normalize the scaling of all vectors. This step is mandatory for neural network because it standardizes the variance, ensures that no single features dominates the weight calculation, and significantly accelerates the gradient descent convergence. Next, the actual model creation and hyperparameter optimization. I defined an MLP classifier, which stands for multi-layer perceptron. I manually set the hidden layers size to 115, 115, and max_iter is 415. This progressive step-down structure acts as an information funnel, forcing the network to compress redundant features and learn deep abstract correlation while preventing overfitting. To find the perfect setup, I implement grid search CV with 3-fold cross-validation, testing combination of activation, solver, and learning rate strategies as print in the output. The best estimator selected by the grid search is an activation function of RLU, a constant learning rate, and the SGD solver. The cross-validation score achieved during this internal training phase was 18.5-36%, which indicates a solid foundation. This next display the ultimate perform evaluating of our trained multi-layer perceptron on the independent testing set. The final model achieved a test accessory score of 18.41%. This is an exceptional result because it is higher than the training cross-validation score, proving that our model did not overfit and possesses strong generalizability. Looking at the classification report, both class 0 and 1 yield highly balanced metrics. The precision for herd disease panties is 19.1% and the recall is 88%, giving an F1 score of 19%. Furthermore, the confusion matrix shows 98 true negatives and 145 true positive, with only a small fraction of misclassification, 14 false positive and 19 false negatives. This confirms the model is reliable for medical classification tasks. Next, key learning. Let's transition into the second part of the project, which is reinforcement learning using the key learning algorithm. In this notebook, I constructed an autonomous again inside a 4x4 grid work environments, translating to a total of 16 discrete states and 4 legal movements up, down, left, and right. The final destination or goal underscore state is locked at cell index 15. Here I set up the hyperparameter constants. The learning rate alpha is set to 0.8, meaning the agent updates its memory aggressively based on new rewards. The discount factor gamma is 0.95, which gives significant weight to long-term future rewards. To exploration probability epsilon is set to 0.2, and the total training times is scheduled for 1000 epoch. I initialize the key underscore table using np.zeros, creating a blank matrix of 16 by 4. This represent a tabula rasa condition, meaning the agent starts with zero knowledge about the grid environment. In this final screenshot, we see the implementation of the training loop and the resulting key value heat map for 1000 episodes. The agent interact with the grid using the epsilon greedy strategy, balancing a 20% exploration change with a 18% exploration choice. It receives a reward of plus 100.0 upon landing on cell 15 and a penalty of min 1.0 for ordinary steps. The key table updates at every single step using the temporal difference equation. The output is beautifully visualized using a pink pastel heat map RDPU. If we analyze the numbers inside the cell, the states immediately adjacent to the goal, which are cell 14 and 11, have reached absolute maximum Q value for 100.0. As we move further away toward the top left corner, the values gradually decide due to the discount factor, down to 17.2.9 at the starting state. Cell 0, this smooth value gradient mathematically proves that the agent successfully converged and learned the absolute shortest path to the goal. To summarize everything, our multi-layer perceptron model successfully mastered the hard disease classification with an 18.41% accuracy rate. Meanwhile, the key learning algorithm perfectly demonstrates how an independent agent can navigate and optimize its choice through step-by-step reward. Both experiments were highly successful. That concludes my video presentation for this experiment. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.